Today is Pokemon Day, and you know what that means? We are going to be celebrating with a Pokemon themed cake and opening up a booster box of the Pokemon that started it all, Pokemon 151. Before you all rush over into the comments complimenting me on this beautiful cake, this is not me. This is 100% my wife. She decided to make a cake for me for Pokemon Day and included some of our favorite Pokemon. First and foremost, we have our Charcadet, we have our Galarian Ponyta, our Pikachu, Gengar, Leafeon, and Ditto. We also have our Ditto-themed mat here today, and also a fresh box of Korean Pokemon 151. I have opened up Pokemon 151 on this channel before, but if you have not seen it, Pokemon 151 is going to be 20 booster packs with 7 cards each. There is a guaranteed double rare in each pack, so that's like the standard EX hit, but no guaranteed SAR. So Pokemon is turning 29 today. I am 32 years old, so it gives you a little bit of a context in how I grew up with Pokemon. My first experience with Pokemon was with the games on Game Boy, with Pokemon Red. Of course, so many others were introduced in that way. As we get our first hit is a Master Ball Gengar. There's actually no way. That is crazy. Alright, Pokemon Day luck is hitting already. But yeah, I was introduced through the game. I actually didn't have too many Pokemon cards growing up as they were kind of expensive for me and my family at the time, so the games is how I experienced the bulk of my Pokemon. As we get a Pokeball Holo Vulpix. Very cool. And that's kind of how I grew up with Pokemon my entire life, is just playing the games. My personal favorite being Fire Red. I had a Game Boy SP and Game Boy Advance SP, and that thing was with me everywhere I went. And I put a lot of hours into that game. As we get another Pokeball Holo with a Zapdos EX. But yeah, I never really collected the cards until last year, where I realized I'm an adult now, which means I have a full-time job and I can actually afford to buy Pokemon cards. So yes, I started collecting relatively recently compared to many others in the hobby, as we get another Pokeball Reverse or Pokeball Holo and a Ninetales EX. But as many of you know, Pokemon is not exactly affordable, even if you have a full-time job now. And that is when I transitioned to Korean Pokemon cards, and Korean Pokemon cards are a blast as I pull our first art rare, Psyduck. Check that out. Second Psyduck art rare that I've pulled on this channel. But yeah, Pokemon cards are super expensive to open these days if you just want to rip some packs, and so Korean cards are honestly the easiest way to do that. As we pull another art rare, back-to-back hits. We got our Mr. Mime art rare, very cool. I actually really like this one. 2 art rares. We got a Master Ball. We got 3 Pokeballs, 2 EXs. Will there be anything left in the second half of this booster box? I don't know, but we're gonna keep on ripping. Our first Pikachu. Ivysaur, we got a Pokeball Holo of the Dugtrio. And our first SR, our full art Alakazam. Let's go. Look at that. But having gotten back into Pokemon cards, I can tell you all I am diving in deep, as you all know, as we pull a Pokeball Ivysaur. Very cool, and really like this Moltres Holo actually. Look at that. Very reminiscent of the older Pokemon cards. Geodude, Tentacool. We got our Ghastly, Lapras, Tauros, Tops, as we get our first AR of the starter Pokemon. We got an Ivysaur. Now, I think I only have the Charmeleon, so I'm getting all the middle evolutions. Just need to get the Wartortle now. Very cool. Love it. But I feel like 151 is one of those sets where, regardless of what pulls you're getting, just the nostalgia factor of the Pokemon that are in the set makes for a pleasant experience. As we get a Blastoise CX. Very cool. Got a nice little Machop. Muck. Horsey. I always get the Hitmonchan and the Lees mixed up. I believe that's Chan. And then a Pokeball Reverse, Pokeball Hollow Tangela, and nice little Mew. I believe our first Mew that we pulled today. And to celebrate Pokemon Day and our final pulls from 151, I do have my slice of Charcadet here. Really good cake. Really fun pulls. It's a solid way to celebrate Pokemon Day. Obviously, I'm recording this before the actual Pokemon Day. But also, really excited to see what kind of news they have for Pokemon Day in terms of maybe any information on the new game, what starters there's going to be for the new game. Maybe they'll secretly announce that there's going to be a ton of new stock on Pokemon cards. I doubt it, but let's go ahead and go over these pulls. At the top here, we have 16 Pokeball Hollows. We have a super cool Gengar Master Ball. Check that out. Check out how reflective that hollow is. But yep, that's a Master Ball Gengar. We have 5 or 6 of our standard double rare EX hits. We have 3 art rares. We have our Psyduck art rare. We have our Mr. Mime art rare. And then our third art rare is the Ivysaur. And any of the original starter Pokemon and their evolution lines is a win for me. So super stoked about this one. And then for our SR in this box, we have our Alakazam full art. Now, I used to be a full art hater. I used to think these full arts were kind of lame for it to be such a high rarity. But honestly, I feel like these cards have grown on me quite a bit, and I feel like I am going to look on them pretty fondly years from now, as I'm already looking at them more fondly now. So this Alakazam, maybe not the most popular of pulls, but honestly, I'm stoked regardless. Super fun box to open. Pokemon 151 is really fun just because you are getting so many Pokeball Hollows. I'm surprised the English 151 didn't do the Pokeball and the Master Ball Hollows, as you can see how popular it is with Prismatic Evolution. But I guess it's just too many hits, I don't know. Korean Pokemon 151, Pokemon Day, 29th anniversary. Celebrate, open some packs, eat some cake, play some games, do whatever you want to do to celebrate. But yeah, have a happy Pokemon Day, and I'll see you all on the next one.